Good morning. Beautiful. Take a deep breath into that. And good morning to you, my friends. Welcome to Morning Poems and Prayers for today, which is the 30th of September. Say it with me. 30 days hath September, April, June, and November. All the rest have 31, so this is it. You've arrived. This is the very last day of September 2025. So we have now October, November, December. We're in the last 3 months of this incredibly powerful and important year of awakening, healing, and growth. It's a pleasure to be here with you. And trying to work with the feedback about what people like to look at and see and all of that kind of thing. There it goes. So let's pray in. My name is Lou Martin. This is Morning Poems and Prayers. We're in year 9 of this little project, and I am always honored and grateful for the opportunity to share these ideas and thoughts with you on this journey home. Yeah, it's a pleasure. Go ahead and close your eyes, turn within, take a deep breath. And let's share these thoughts together. thoughts and feelings. O cosmic birther of all radiance and vibration, soften the ground of our being and carve out a space within us where your presence can abide. Fill us with your creativity so that we may be empowered to bear the fruit of your mission. Let each of our actions bear fruit in accordance with our desires. Endow us with the wisdom to produce and share what each being needs to grow and flourish. Untie the tangled threads of destiny that bind us. As we release others from the entanglement of past mistakes, do not let us be seduced by that which would divert us from our true purpose, but illuminate the opportunities of the present moment. For you are the ground and the fruitful vision, the birth, power, and fulfillment, as all is gathered and made whole once again. The Course in Miracles. The teachers of God have trust in the world because they have learned it is not governed by the laws the world made up. It is governed by a power that is in them, but not of them. It is this power that keeps all things safe. I am my I Am presence, and I am one with my Father, Mother, God. I am also one with the I Am presence of every man, woman, and child on earth, the entire company of heaven, the angelic kingdom, the elemental kingdom, and Gaia, Mother Earth. I give heartfelt and sincere thanks for the sacred gift of my life and of life itself. I ask my I Am presence to consecrate every thought, word, feeling, and action which I express throughout this day with more love and more light for myself and my world. Such is the choice. What loss can be for you in choosing not to value nothingness? This world holds nothing that you really want, but what you choose instead you want indeed. Let it be given you today. It waits but for your choosing it, to take the place of all the things you seek but do not want. That's the Course. The Violet Flame, from Patricia Cotter-Robles. I am the open door for the violet flame. I am my I Am presence, and I am one with the I Am presence of all humanity, as one voice, one breath, one heartbeat, and one energy, vibration, and consciousness of pure divine love. We invoke the most intensified frequencies of the fifth dimensional crystalline solar violet flame of God's infinite perfection that cosmic law will allow. Beloved Saint Germain and your legions of fifth dimensional violet flame archangels, we ask that you blaze, blaze, blaze this violet flame with the power and might of 1,000 suns in, through, and around every thought, feeling, word, action, memory, and belief that humanity has ever expressed in any time frame or dimension, both known and unknown, that is reflecting anything less than heaven on earth. Transmute this energy, cause, core, effect, record, and memory back into its original perfection and seal it in an invincible force field of God's comprehensive divine love. We accept that this activity of light is being God victoriously accomplished, even as we call. We also accept and know that this violet flame is increasing daily and hourly, moment by moment, with every single breath we take, until this sweet earth and all her life have ascended into the fifth dimensional crystalline solar realms of light on the new earth. And so it is. Beloved, I am. Beloved, I am. Beloved, I am. Take a deep breath. Okay, well, we have a new Patricia Cotter-Robles video, and I'm going to go straight to that as soon as I can find it here. Lots of great posts today. A new one from the great Lars Muhl our brother in Denmark, one of my favorite teachers, and many, many more shares: Ali Ray, Milton Foster, Robert Adams, Ron Whitehead, Sahelia SGH. But let me give you Ali Ray, of course, this beautiful young Christian lady, Estella. Here it is: gently assimilating new codes in the celestial DNA. We'll turn on the screen share again for that. Hold the phone here. Boom. Yeah. It is 18 minutes. There's a little introduction, and then it goes deeper, and then we do the activation.
Hi, Precious Heart. Thank you for joining us for our weekly vlog. Wow, September has really been a powerful month. We have not only experienced several powerful influxes of light from the celestial bodies assisting us at this time, but we have also had the activation of the highest celestial codes that we've experienced to date through our 12 solar strands of fifth dimensional DNA. These codes are designed to help us accelerate our ability to co-create the patterns of perfection for the new earth tangibly in the world of form. Today, the Company of Heaven is going to share with us information that will help us know just how these codes are assisting us. Please listen to this information through the flame of illumined truth pulsating in your heart flame. During the month of September, which we are completing today, we were blessed with powerful influxes of light from the September 7th full moon lunar eclipse, Mother Mary's birthday on September 8th, the September 9th 999 portal, the September 21st new moon solar eclipse, the September 22nd equinox, Archangel Michael's feast day on September 29th, and the September 30th angelic harvest at Shambhala. During those influxes of light, our Father, Mother God granted the Company of Heaven permission to assist the I Am presence of every person to assimilate those powerful influxes of light in the most gentle way possible. This enabled every person's I Am presence to awaken brand new celestial codes within our 12 fifth dimensional crystalline solar strands of DNA. Now that these new celestial codes within our fifth dimensional DNA are activated, the sacred knowledge and divine wisdom contained within them will surface into our conscious minds. This will occur most effectively if we remain in a state of consciousness that is as stress-free as possible. Every person's I Am presence is well aware of this and is working with the Company of Heaven to help us transcend the chaos surfacing in the outer world. If you and I and the rest of awakening humanity deliberately participate in this facet of our individual and collective divine plans, we will succeed in holding a peaceful and sacred space so that our siblings in the family of humanity will be able to take full advantage of this sacred knowledge and divine wisdom now activated within the celestial codes in their 12 fifth dimensional solar strands of DNA. As a word of encouragement, our Father, Mother God, and the company of heaven want us to know that they clearly perceive from the heavenly realms our divine potential. They assure us that they have absolute confidence and infinite trust in our ability to successfully answer this clarion call on behalf of every child of God evolving on earth. They said that if we will remain centered within the divinity of our heart flames throughout this time and participate in the activities of light from the company of heaven that light workers have been empowering for a very long time, it will be impossible for us to fail, even in spite of any adversity we may be confronted with in our individual or collective outer world experiences. If you have the heart call to do so, please join with me and the lightworkers around the world who are participating with us today. And we begin. I am my I am presence, and I am one with the I am presence of every person on earth. As one unified heart flame, we now join together for the following invocation. I am all love. O Supreme Presence of God within all life, into your eternal heart of love do I immerse myself and all life on this sweet earth. I consciously surrender my earthly bodies to be merged with the love nature of your being until I am a pure focus of love, a living jewel in your crown of adoration. The path I walk in life leads only to love. My physical body, filled with love, becomes shining and invincible. My etheric vehicle, radiating love, transmutes the past. Love in my mind ensures the expression of your divine thoughts. Love in my feelings reaffirms that God is the only power acting within me. As I am thinking, feeling, and remembering only love, I know that my I am presence is working through me, radiating forth the perfection of my omniscient, omnipresent, omnipotent Father, Mother, God, all that is. This perfection is blessing humanity and all life, which I have promised to love free. In the awakened consciousness of divine love that I am now experiencing, my spirit becomes Holy Spirit, and I am the love of God reaching out to reclaim this earth. In love, I magnetize all of God's blessings to me, and in love, I radiate these blessings forth to all life around me. I am the spirit of love permeating form until all is drawn back into the indivisible whole. I feel the pulse beat of love in all life and the continuity of love in all of the experiences I have ever known. It is all love. I was born out of love. I am evolving through love, and I am ascending back into love. I am all love, and I am grateful. Now, through the influx of higher frequencies of light from our Father, Mother, God, the brand new celestial DNA codes in our 12 fifth dimensional crystalline solar strands of DNA have been activated to the highest possible level. This has been accomplished through the unified efforts of each person's I Am presence and the company of heaven. In preparation for the divine mission we are being called to co-create on behalf of humanity, the elemental kingdom, and Mother Earth during the remainder of 2025. The newly activated celestial codes in our fifth dimensional 12 strands of DNA contain information regarding the multidimensional aspects of who we are as sons and daughters of God. What our scientists have discovered within the fragmented strands of our double helix DNA is only a minuscule fraction of the knowledge that is now available to us through our new celestial codes. The great amplification of light that we experienced in September is allowing our I Am presence to heal the fragmented pathways within our physical brain structures. Once these pathways are reconnected, our spiritual brain centers, which consist of our pineal gland, our pituitary gland, our hypothalamus gland, and the ganglionic centers at the base of our brain, will be able to reclaim their full divine potential. The company of heaven wants us to know that at this time, the earth and humanity are receiving unprecedented assistance from the solar logos in Mother Earth's lineage. This divine intervention has been manifesting since the birth of 2025. This is taking place in the form of extremely powerful shifts in Earth's magnetic field. This is being created by solar radiation, magnetic fields, sonic impulses, and powerful streams of solar wind being ejected from the suns associated with each of the solar logos. These streams of solar wind are opening portals in Earth's magnetic field that are allowing us to receive higher frequencies of fifth dimensional crystalline solar light. Magnetic shifts of this nature alter our personal energy field and dramatically affect our mental body and our physical brain structure. When our magnetic field shifts in this way, obsolete crystallized patterns are shattered. Things recorded in our etheric body that have been hidden from us are pushed to the surface to be cleared. This allows our I Am presence and our body elemental to remove blocks that have been preventing us from moving forward in the light. This divine intervention from the solar logos in our solar system is designed to accelerate the reactivation of our spiritual brain centers so that we can access the full divine potential of the new celestial codes and our 12 fifth dimensional crystalline solar strands of DNA. This will be a giant step forward in paving the way for the light work we are being asked to do on behalf of humanity, the elemental kingdom, and Mother Earth during the remainder of 2025. With the assistance we are receiving from our solar logos and the amplification of light flowing through our new celestial codes, a reactivation and initiation into multifaceted awareness is occurring within every person on Earth. We now have the ability to step through the doorway into multidimensional realities. Each and every one of us is being empowered with even more rarefied frequencies of our own divinity. In this realm, we are willing to release and let go of attachments and behavior patterns that do not support our highest good and the immaculate concept of our divine potential as sons and daughters of God. Dear one, please contemplate this important information. Ask your I Am Presence to help you grasp the magnitude of the sacred knowledge contained in your newly activated fifth dimensional DNA celestial codes. Beloved Father, Mother God, and the company of heaven, beloved solar logos from suns beyond suns, beloved I Am Presence of every person on Earth, I thank you for the assistance you are giving to humanity, the elemental kingdom, and Mother Earth during this momentous time. And so it is, beloved, I am that I am. Dear one, God bless you. I look forward to being with you next week.
Okay, take a nice deep breath, everybody. Beautiful, amazing, powerful, powerful stuff. Gently assimilating the new celestial DNA codes. So that gets us started here for this morning. I hope you're very well. Patricia drops those every Monday afternoon, Monday evening, usually in my time frame, and it's always a joy to be on this journey here with her. Let me just refresh my page, and we'll share some people's readings. It was some heavy stuff yesterday. Yeah, that was what was coming up. We'll try to lighten the load here a little bit today, but we're we're living in unprecedented times of change, or times of unprecedented change, however you'd like to look at it. And to whom much is given, much is asked, as the saying goes. So again, we're the tribe of many colors. We're the rainbow warriors. We're the light workers. We're the star seeds. We're ambassadors from the future. Whatever words you'd like to put together, we're a little different, you and I, than Joe Sixpack or the average person walking around out there. But again, as Patricia has pointed out, everyone on the planet is undergoing these awakenings to whatever degree of consciousness they're willing to listen to, trust, and follow, as my guides point out. that loving inner guidance. So we're here to help the world and hold that space for healing. It's a planetary healing crisis. It's a spiritual death and rebirth. And for a lot of people, it's a physical death and rebirth. And we're all crossing the same territory, but each of us has our own map in our heart, really. So my prayer here is that all of this information and energy and vibration helps you to raise your consciousness and open your heart, as it certainly does for me. And again, it's just such a blessing to be able to share this with you. So thank you, God, for that. If you like what I do, please find a way to support what I do. I do appreciate your support, and I'm greatly inspired and motivated to continue to offer this. And it makes a huge difference if you can find some way to support what I do. So there'll be links in the post here afterwards, PayPal and LifeWave and all of those things, listening to Smile, etc. So from my heart to yours, thank you for hearing me. Michio Kaku, one of the great physicists of our time, he says, to understand the precise point when the possible becomes impossible, you have to appreciate and understand the laws of physics. And one of the things that I've been learning in my studies is more clearly that, the world, whether it's science or religion, David Icke and others have talked about this for decades, but I see it more clearly now than ever, the world of science and religion has been an agreement, paradigm shift, I call it, and of how to look at reality. And that agreement has ignored or denied the other side of reality. And that's where all the answers are, of course, you might imagine. Okay, so Michio, thank you, brother. Ali Ray, here we go. Boom. I like to do it this way. People have been conditioned to judge and analyze others as if somehow someone other than that person knows what's best for them, or worse yet, knows who they really are. What madness is that? How could anyone truly know what's best for another? Nature doesn't play that silly game of perpetual pain and suffering. What have you witnessed? When have you witnessed a butterfly chastise another butterfly for its unfolding? When have you witnessed a butterfly chastise another butterfly for its unfolding? Even the concept is absurd. Beautiful butterfly in the photograph. It's time to return to our truer nature, to be like the animals and elementals, to be at peace in our very being, and allow and honor the being of ourselves and all others. I so love you all, precious ones, just as you are. Take a breath into that. So Milton Foster, there is something different in the field today. If you've been feeling waves of pressure, sudden fatigue, buzzing in the head or heart, or even noticing strange symbols, beings, or armor in your inner visions, you're not imagining it. We are currently experiencing amplified energetic waves, especially from the sun, cosmic rays, and the inner grids of the earth. Solar flares, coronal holes, and heightened Schumann resonance activity are literally shifting the electromagnetic environment around and within us. But here's what's really important today. You may be sensing new energetic layers forming around you. It might feel like a subtle cloak of light, heat on the skin, or a magnetic field expanding. Some of you may see armor, symbols, sigils, or guardians in meditation or dreams, beings standing beside you almost like protectors. These are not just visuals. This is real energy work happening on a soul level. You are being equipped to hold more light without short-circuiting your nervous system. Wait till we get to Teresa's story for today. Aura or emotional body. You are being shielded and strengthened. You got it? We are moving into an intense corridor of activations. This is exactly what Patricia just said to us here. Let me put a little coffee in my tank. We are moving into an intense corridor of activations, including heightened solar activity, timeline shifts, crystalline DNA upgrades, and dimensional thinning. Beautiful phrase. These changes are beautiful, but they're also electrically and emotionally demanding. And I just want to say a word here. The nervous system, that is what is really going through the upgrade. So mind yourself, as they say here in Ireland. Be very conscious if you're calm or if you're upset, and pay attention to which way you want to create. Yeah, these changes are beautiful, but they are also electrically and emotionally demanding. Beautiful illustration. So the armor being placed is to strengthen your light body, especially around the solar plexus, heart, and crown, to help you stay centered as the field continues to destabilize and realign, to shield you from an unnecessary energetic interference, psychic debris, and collective fear, and to prepare you for greater visibility, soul mission, alignment, and embodiment. Think of this armor as a crystalline shell that filters out what's not aligned, a magnetic field that keeps your frequency coherent, and like a soul-generated protection grid that allows you to expand, not shrink, as your light grows. Spirit knows this. Your guides know this. So the armor you're receiving is not to limit you, but to protect your energetic field as you begin to walk more boldly on your path. You might very well be experiencing pressure on the shoulders or crown, visions of light armor, galactic beings, or angelic protectors, a sense that your body is hardening energetically, becoming more stable, strange symbols appearing in your mind's eye, or even out in nature, pulses in the heart or third eye, the urge to rest or ground more deeply than usual. This is all part of your light body upgrading your auric shield, becoming crystalline and impenetrable to lower interference. This is a preparation phase. Absolutely agree with that. You are being equipped with the energetic tools and frequencies needed to walk through the next part of this awakening process. Let the armor be placed. Let the guardians draw near. You do not have to do anything. Just be open, receive, rest, and trust. May you walk protected. May your field be sealed. May your soul remember the strength it holds. You are the light. You are the lineage. You are the bridge. With love, Vero M. Dugas. Thank you. Powerful, powerful words. Bibbidi bobbidi boop, my friends. Yeah, deep down in your heart, you know that all is well. Understand that the universe is your friend. Deep down in your heart, you know that all is well. Understand that the universe is your friend and can never hurt you. It is the substratum of all existence, which is love. This is Patricia, as we just did. When you develop a loving consciousness, there can be no problems. Love takes care of everything. Love is the same as absolute awareness, pure intelligence, or the power of God. God is all that is. When you have enough love inside, there are truly no problems. Problems only arise when you believe you are separate and lacking in love. Robert Adams. Thank you, Robert. Here was a nice one I just put on at the end. Gene Braverock. He says, yesterday's a rerun, tomorrow's a teaser, and today is the show. Now is the show. Yeah, that's movie talk. Great stuff. Beautiful, beautiful profile. Thank you, brother. Someone out there needs your story. Someone out there needs to see you succeed so that they know it's possible for them too. Be the change. And that is Brother Standing Bear, who I'm still looking forward to do another interview with while he's back here in Ireland. He's doing his second sweat lodge this Sunday in Kinsale. So you can ask me about that or click on his link there. Bless you, Standing Bear. Laura Aversano, who rocked our world yesterday with her poem about the love, how death and love are connected. She says, "You are the midwife to every power within you. Birth it well." So she's gone from death to birth, which is often the way. And looking forward to chatting with Laura in a few months. Here is a deep, deep soul, Ron Whitehead, who is a poet, who's got a lot of great suggestions for poets. He's got 14 suggestions here. I'll leave that to you, but take a look at Ron. He's lit up like Christmas. Let's look at the course here for today. Yeah. Only God's plan for salvation will work. You may not realize that the ego has set up a plan for salvation in opposition to God's. It is this plan in which you believe. Since it is the opposite of God's, you also believe that to accept God's plan in place of the ego's is to be damned. This sounds preposterous, of course, yet after we have considered just what the ego's plan is, perhaps you will realize that however preposterous it is, however preposterous it may be, you do believe in it. So I'll leave all that for you to read, but here's the quote. Remembering this, let us devote the remainder of this practice period to asking God to reveal his plan to us. Ask him very specifically, what would you have me do? Where would you have me go? What would you have me say, and to whom? And I'm being reminded to say the prayer here for the course. I am here only to be truly helpful. I am here to represent him who sent me. I do not have to worry about what to say or what to do, because he who sent me will direct me. I am content to be wherever he wishes, knowing he goes there with me. I will be healed as I let him teach me to heal. Take a deep breath. All right, and I want to talk now about Magan Mahan, who is passing and is basically on his deathbed at the moment, and he has a beautiful interview here. I played some of him yesterday, but let's have a few more minutes of this brother who's a great spirit and one of the greatest teachers I've found in Ireland in all the time I've been here, and I've only discovered him this week.
There's something that only recently dawned on me, and I mean, I can't say that because one of my books, Listen to Land Speak, it talks a lot about trees. I'm trying to write a book at the moment, and I know I won't get it finished if I really have as short a time as Dr. seemed to be telling me, but about the indigeneity of Irish culture. Now, that's a very complex word. Ireland, as I said, is not an indigenous people. That is a term used for specific people with specific rights on the UN Treaty. Well, there's loads of ways of defining it. But I just love this idea that other cultures, Irish, Mexican, wherever else, Dominican Republic, can realize we kept a lot of the ancient ideas of our people alive. And the one thing that's really getting me is the trees and the deer in Irish culture. So every school child, we still learn our mythology in Irish schools. We all learn about Fionn and the Fianna. So Fionn was this chieftain. He was this warrior chieftain. And his name comes from Fionn, which means Fionn. It either means, well, Fia is a deer, so it's from deer, but also Fionn means fair, fair-haired Fionn. So Fionn, the white or the pale-haired Fionn, and also the deer man from Fia. But there's another meaning as well, because Fia, as I said, Fionn means pale, it also means transparent. He's a man who can see through the world and access the knowledge on the other side. Yeah? And so he was the great warrior hero. And where did he live? He lived in the woodlands. Spent his whole life in the woodlands with his Fianna, who were his warriors. His deer warriors are also tree warriors. Fia actually means a deer. It also means wild. It also means tree. It's like They're everything getting us. So the richness of tree words is something that's really exciting me. Like even in the place names of Ireland. Ireland used to be called, an old name for Ireland long ago was Inish na Bhíche. Inish na Bhíche. So the island of the woods. We were known as the place of the woods, but they were the land of the woods. And so the first man is said to have sprang from an alder tree here. The first woman is from a mountain ash. But again, it's very hard for us who were never reared a mindset of myth, of what it means, where a culture will claim that the first man was alder, the first woman from mountain ash, to mean all the resonances that has. So we sort of, all of us, need to go back to schooling in a way. And what does it mean when a culture claims that all its men, all its people come from particular trees? But even in the provinces of Ireland, there's 32 provinces in Ireland, or sorry, counties in Ireland. We have 4 or 5 provinces. It'd take forever to get into that. But 32 counties, and about 4 or 5 of them are named after trees. So Roscommon was a county in the sort of northwest Midlands, and it's from Cummon's wood. Ross is just a woodland. Mayo, or Mayo, the land that suffered the worst during the famine, where a third of the population was wiped out, means Ma-o, the plain of the yew tree. The yew tree was a very sacred tree, as well as a very strong and practical tree, which we see a lot in Ireland. Just like with Native American sites, the buffalo is a sacred animal, but also because it's the most practical, the most useful animal. Being practical also meant you were sacred. So we've Roscommon, we've Mayo, we've Monaghan, another county, Monaghan, Muinachon in Irish, very, very similar to my name, Monaghan. It means wooded hill or field. There's Derry, the contested county up in Northern Ireland. Derry comes from just the Irish word Dira, which is oak, which is by far the most, and you could say this is the most sacred, most potent river tree in Irish tradition. There's Kildare as well in the south of Ireland, in Leinster. Kildare, it means a kill, the church of, or Quill can also be the wood of, in this context be the church of Dara, of the oak wood. So 5 of the provinces of 32 are named after trees. Of the 60,000 townlands in Ireland, I think there's 13,000 that are named after trees. And just whether it's beth, which means a birch, or cull, which is a hazel, or scach, the words, it just seemed everything was rooted on trees. And maybe in a pre-Iron Age world, where we didn't have other things, maybe they were obviously of great importance from practical points of view, but it's back to this idea of the buffalo and the cow. The buffalo is sacred because he's practical, but also because he's sacred. So he's sacred because he's practical, and he's practical because he's sacred. Both things. And so, again, last week I had a book come out called 99 Words for Rain and 1 Word for Sun. And you can do this with any culture. If you look at what languages do a particular culture tend to have a lot of, what was their fixation with? Well, it's so interesting that there's only 1 word for sun in Irish. We really didn't have much use for the word. There's loads of words to describe a bright day or a shiny day or a glimmering sunny day. But the word sun itself, there's only 1. Whereas there's well over 100 for rain. In the same way with trees, there's like so many different words for different types of woodlands. So I said fiava is a forest, fia is a forest as well. Rus, I mentioned, is a forest. Tránach means a wooded place. Did I mention is an oak forest. Trev, a branch or branchy place, or otherwise a forest. Fahad is a wooded hollow or a steep forest. Moan is a marshy woodland. Capach is a decayed wood. Fosquil, a young grove. So imagine if we still did have those words in our mind, on our tongues, it would give us a very, very different relationship with the woodlands around us. We would then begin to notice, was it one that was steeped in water? Was it boggy? Was it gnarled? Was it healthy? Was it thriving? Was it a rich, verdant forest that was surrounded by wilderness all around it? All of those words just help to enrich and to strip back layers of that distance that we can develop between us and nature.
Do you see who this man is? Absolutely incredible. Bless your heart, my friend. God love you. Makan Magan. A towering spirit, just a fount of wisdom and knowledge and the spirit of the land and the country and the people. Just incredible. So grateful to find him at all. And I'm sitting there doing my Irish on Duolingo, listening to Makan McCann, Morgan McCann, share one story after another, and said again, I really fell in love with Ireland when I stayed in County Clare for a while, and the land and the people was just absolutely heavenly. And one of the names I learned in my early days here was John Moriarty. And John Moriarty is passed on right after I came to the country, I think. Had just passed on when I arrived, but I started learning about him. I haven't read much or studied much, but he's a mystic, like this gentleman, like Morgan. And so Morgan has a podcast along with his 40 documentaries that he did with his brother as they traveled around the country here, and many books. So his podcast is, so far, it's all about John Moriarty. So one thing leads to another, to another, to another. But just, yeah, I hope you're falling in love with his teachings as much as I am. I find him absolutely breathtaking. Let's give you Eileen Caddy. We're coming down the home stretch here. We haven't done Eileen in a few days. She says, it is important in life to have a goal and to keep moving towards it. See a real purpose and plan in your life, though you may not always be able to see the goal clearly. For when you go down into a valley or the way is twisty, you cannot always see around the next corner. You will find that every now and again, you will be given an uplifting spiritual experience, which will carry you through the rough places and will enable you to keep on no matter what you are faced with. Aim high, the higher the better. Then you will, this is what they are teaching me and from my friends in LifeWave, then you will have to keep moving, growing, and expanding to get there. You can never sit back and be self-satisfied. You can never remain static. You are always reaching for that next rung on the ladder of life, and you know that every rung takes you nearer to the goal, no matter how far away it may be. So keep on, and never give up. Take a breath into that. The great Eileen Caddy. And here's Abraham for today. Some things you're not letting happen right now because the timing isn't perfect for you. Some you're not letting happen because you are very aware of where you are. But all things, as they are happening in perfect order. And if you will relax and begin saying, everything is in perfect time, everything is unfolding, and I am enjoying where I am now, in relationship to where I'm going, content where I am, and eager for more. That is the perfect vibrational stance. To be in the world but not of it. Yeah, that is the invitation, that's the challenge, that's the calling. Yeah, truly, truly so. All right, let me just chat here with you for a moment as we finish up for this morning. Yeah. All right, so if you listen deeply to Patricia's new meditation, which we've just done, please go back and listen from the beginning if you're coming on at the end of the broadcast here today, the transmission, and my favorite word. And you read between the lines, she is also saying, as many people are, about the solar flares, the Schumann resonance, 3I Atlas. Judith Kusel shared a post from Anna Melchizedek, there it is, about her remote viewing of 3I Atlas, which is a jaw dropper. And I've mentioned before that Edgar Cayce has a prophecy, the sleeping prophet, that on October 29th, there will be a great blast of light upon the earth. And that is also the day that 3I Atlas comes closest to the earth, is my understanding, or perhaps it's closest to the sun. Um, but it's it's going to get our attention. And the thing that I'm being guided to remember myself is that, you know, I am the creator of my reality, and I do it consciously. So in my prayer work, in my studies with the Course in Miracles, I was on this morning with Mia and everyone, grateful to be there. Um, I'm doing a meditation right now from Lazaris called Extraordinary, Ordinary to Extraordinary. And basically, it's a meditation where your higher self literally takes your resistance out of you. And thank you, God, for that. And the resistance you know and the resistance you don't know. And basically, it's a process of surrender and willingness to let go of everything, which I'm so happy to do, believe me, and so happy to have the help and the resources to be able to do that, the love and the guidance to do that. But what I want to share here is that as we enter into this month of October, we are deeply being asked to hold the space, to be that space for grace, to deepen our practice, our connection, our oneness, our knowing, our faith, and as I say, to use our outer reality as the feedback system for whether we're in the flow of these new energies or we're holding on to the old and we're in resistance. And everyone has said, so I'm just going to echo what I hear. There is a huge shift on the horizon. There is a huge event, a huge experience, a huge co-creation, something unprecedented that we're going to encounter or confront, or however you want to look at it, the positive, the negative, that will challenge all of us. And basically, this is why I'm being guided to deepen and center more deliberately than ever before. In other words, put it like this: if you knew you were in the biggest challenge of this lifetime and you had a month to prepare for that, what would you do? What would you change? What would you keep the same? Where would you put your time, your energy, your focus, etc.? That's a big ask. That's a big challenge. But honestly, I have to say that because I don't see any other way to look at all the signs and messages that I'm getting about our personal and collective reality. So as everyone is saying here, love is all that there is. Love is all that is real. Lazaris said, if you're in a conflict, just raise your vibration, lighten up. Dr. Peebles, as you approach your enlightenment, simply lighten up. I didn't get to Lars Mueller yet today. I'll put that on here tomorrow if I think of it. But Lars is giving us the same message. The change is now. And that's a wonderful thing. That's an amazing thing. That's a great thing because as many have said, Yogananda, Addie was mentioning from Yogananda in the 50s, he didn't think that this was going to be possible. Yogananda from Spirit, his connection to the world. And Gordon Michael Scallion and even Casey, have some prophecies about earth changes that are truly dramatic. Ann Tucker has a gentler view of things, that the whole earth doesn't need to tear apart in order for humanity to wake up. But there will continue to be, as we've been seeing in this decade, volcanoes and earthquakes and tsunamis and floods, and within us and around us. So we need to keep very clear in our intentions and our desires. So in other words, we are being asked to go first, and we are being asked to let our lives be an inspiration and an example and a source of healing and encouragement and happiness, joy, freedom, abundance, health, love, home, security, comfort, belonging, community, all of that. So I just want you to be thinking about those things if you're listening to me and what I am guided to share with you here. Those are the themes that I'm dancing with at the moment. And honestly, the other one is I'm hearing from Spirit, I'm taking nothing for granted. This could be the last time I sit in front of this computer and give you this message. I literally have no idea. Nobody does. And there's Magan McCann showing us what that looks like, to stand at death's door and still be wanting to share what's in his heart with all of us. It's profoundly beautiful. It's heroic. It's deeply, deeply moving and inspiring. And again, I am grateful to him, and I'm grateful to the ancestors and all my friends and neighbors here in Ireland, and for being here at this moment, and whatever this means to my own journey and to the next steps on my journey. I'm very conscious that I've never been so in love with this country and its history and its culture and its language and its stories and its sacred sites than as I am right now. I really feel like I've arrived in a much deeper way for the first time after being here all these years. It's pretty miraculous. So let's leave it there, shall we? From my heart to yours, have a wonderful, beautiful, magical day. Know where your water is, know where your community is, know where your heart is, and God will take care of the details. God got us all that is. Father, Mother God, indwelling Holy Presence, Lord God Almighty, great and perfect Spirit of love and light. All is well and all will be well. We give thanks, we let it be, and together we say, and so it is.